Good evening, all. I just got back from work. The weirdest thing, I swear, at both, it's, I give them a valiant effort, truly, truly. All the different ops in my life, and people make choices to operate in whatever it is they operate in. I mean, again, I'm to a place where it's like, I told my girlfriend at work today, I'm like, I give 0 Fs. I don't care. I do not care. I don't care what people think. I don't care what people do. It makes no difference to me. I've come to the realization that we live in a world where we're surrounded by particular people. You just are. They walk among us, okay? And the only control you have, like I told this to my mom earlier, is I choose to operate with morals, values, and ethics and be a good person, as close to it as I can, all right? Obviously. I don't know why that's very difficult for a lot of people. However, so I choose to surround myself around good people, as best I can. Now, obviously in the work world, it's a little different. I don't really have much control on that. Not to mention with what I got to deal with at the workplaces. That goes without saying. However, I have control of my energy. I have control of my thoughts. I have the control of my emotions. So I allow, it sucks. It stings. Obviously, when people spit in your face on a daily basis, it's not a great time. Duh, but it is what it is. That's not a reflection of me. That's a reflection of other people. It just is. And that's what we have control over. We just do. They don't want you to know you have control over that, but you do. You have very much control over what you put into this world. At my workplace, they put a shift on my schedule without even talking to me. I was originally off for today, and there's just this manager that, I don't know, she's just a very peculiar person. I'll never understand her and the decisions she makes and why she operates and what she does, but I haven't been feeling the greatest, and my asthma has really been bothering me. And it's the craziest things. That's what I was talking to my another coworker about. It's like at night, I just get attacked so badly by different energies, different dreams. And I always go through these asthmatic spells. And last night, I couldn't stop coughing. It was the craziest thing. And I coughed so bad, my mom woke up and came out in the living room because I sleep on the couch right next to my breathing machine. And it's just I was talking to my coworker. I'm like, man, I just know without a doubt that I have these different energies and these different entities doing the craziest, doing the most. And that's what happens when we just don't recognize how much they're a holistic and ritualistic people that walk among us that seem like they're the most upstanding citizens. And they're not. Like I told her, she's like, do you have an idea of who it is? I 100% do. This is my previous coworker I used to work with. I now replay, now that I have clarity in my head, I replay conversations with my ex, with my previous employer, coworkers, all the way up until this point. I'm talking about the second property management I worked at too. Coworkers there. And they all know who they are. They know who they are. They know the games they played, the tactics they did, the illusions. I look back at it, I'm like, these people are nuts. Freaking nuts. But straight Jezebels. Yeah. And it's just one of those things. It is what it is. I don't mind it. I'm past the point. I realize why God has put me through all of this, and I do see the big picture. And I'm to a place where it even when it comes to my government and the law enforcement and all this stuff, it's like, okay, fine. You guys be whatever type of people you want to be. Clearly, you're on your own rampage, okay? And I don't need you to come and save me. I don't need you to actually do your job when it comes to justice and things like that. And because I walk in my own freedom and I walk in my justice. Because I've made it through to this point today with everything that I've had stacked against me. with my mind, body, and soul intact. And that in itself is enough for me. Is enough for me. Because there are so many people that walk among us that know what they are associated with and what they have done. And that is something that they're going to have to carry on their conscience for the rest of their lives. And that is not something that I would ever want to the lengths that I know people have went to. And so, better them than me at this point is the way I see it. But when it comes to the games and all that stuff, no, I'm done. Done playing those games. Done. And, you know, we've got to get past where people think that there is a green light to mess with people's emotions intentionally. For whatever reason. My life started moving in a better direction when I cut out all the fat. I started looking better. I started feeling better because I didn't associate myself with people that were not good. They weren't operating in truth. They weren't doing the right thing. They weren't standing on what's right. All right? And so if there are narratives and there are all of these things that have been spun about me, which I'm well aware of, where are the facts? Because I'll tell you what the facts are. As soon as you guys left my life and as soon as I stopped working for that company, my life started turning around. That's what the facts are. So you tell me why that is. Why is that? I'll tell you why. Because you guys are people that operate in envy, jealousy, hate, control, greed, power, and false facades. That is what you operate in. And that is never something that I've operated in. And so when you're surrounded by people that you don't operate in that, it's going to kill you. It's going to kill your soul because you ain't aligned with them, you see? And I was always surrounded by people that I was never aligned with. And I never projected it out on them. I took it in on myself. That's why I numb myself by my addiction. I numb myself by drinking. I did, and I own that. I freaking own that. And now by the grace of God, I'm walking through sobriety. I've quit smoking. And I drink every now and again. I have me a little good time. I like to dance. I like to have me a good time. But that's it. You know, I do not take any medications. My therapist had me on 7 pills a day. 7 pills of anxiety, depression. 7. Because that's normal. That was normal dosage, right? For somebody that was a CEO, an attorney, in a very high stress job. Oddly enough, although I was taking medications for a CEO, I wasn't actually a CEO. All right? And I wasn't making the CEO money. That's for dang sure. So how about them apples? Thank you for that. Great practitioner. You know, I hope you sleep good at night. Be careful what these people prescribe you. Be careful. So, there's a little fun fact for you guys. But yeah, you got to be careful with who you surround yourself with. You just do. Your energy, your intentions, your thoughts, your heart is important. And if you're surrounded by people that don't cherish your heart, it's going to hurt you. Clearly. If people do not cherish who you are and you surround yourself around them, what do you think the detriment or what that's going to equal to? It's going to equal to your pain. I am a walking testament of that. And I don't want that for people. You should surround yourself with people that love you.